What's up, YouTube? Justin from Main Man Bassing. I'm going to review some of the best fluorocarbon line that I've used. Now this is, I'm going to review a 20-pound fluorocarbon and an 8-pound fluorocarbon. So on one spectrum you got very heavy stuff, flipping and pitching, and then the more the finesse line. Okay, that 10 to 12 fluorocarbon line for like swim baits. You know, I don't have a, you know, I can't say that these products are going to work well at that 10 to 12 range. This is just for the heavy and the light. And also, just before I get into it, like, I haven't been fishing for 20 years, you know, so I haven't tried 30 different lines. So these are the best that I've come across so far that work really, really well. Okay, and I'm going to recommend them, and I'll give you a product link where you can buy them on Amazon in the description box. But they work really well. But however, there's plenty of other brands that I haven't tried, but these work really well. And that is the 20-pound Maxima fluorocarbon for the heavy stuff, flipping and pitching, and this is 8-pound loose Speedline APT, more for finesse. Both of these work really, really well. This has never failed me. My knots and my line have not failed me yet. I've been using it all year, from April 1st to now. Today's August 31st, I think, or 30th, last day of August, and this has only broke off once. Okay, and I'll explain why it broke off in a second. But this stuff I pitch in everything: grass, sawgrass, submerged timber, docks. I've had bass you know, tie me up in docks, and then I continue to use the same leader. I only tie 1 leader a day. Okay, and every time you catch a fish or your line gets wrapped up on something, you're really supposed to change your line. But seriously, who does that? Especially when you have leaders, especially if you're new to fishing and you're tying leaders. Like, you don't want to spend 2 hours a day tying knots. You really should, so you get better at your craft. But I don't. I tie 1 leader a day when I start the day, and I basically use that all day. This is never broke. No, I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. This is never broke. This is good stuff. And it's only, for a 200-yard spool, $30, which you might, if you're new to fishing, you might think that's expensive, but for a line that doesn't break, like Gamma Edge is like, it has the reputation for never breaking, and it's supposed to be the best fluorocarbon. For a $200 spool, it's $60. So the fluorocarbon gets expensive, and this is $30 for 1 spool of 200 yards. And I just use it to tie leaders, and at some point I may you know, spool a whole reel with it, but for now I'm just using leaders off my braid. But this stuff is awesome. So this is the Maxima 20-pound. It's $30 for a 200 line, 200 yard spool. This is great stuff. God, get all this stuff out. And then for the finesse, I went with Lose, just because they didn't have 8-pound Maxima. Maxima was awesome, but this stuff is great. Same thing. I only tie 1 leader a day, and it did break once, but that's because I didn't tie a new leader on that day. I went fishing one day, all day, and I pitched my light tackle. I don't know if you watch my videos, you'll see that I pitch my light tackle in the same stuff that I pitch my heavy tackle. So it takes a beating, trust me. I also get caught in trees a fair amount. So it gets beat up really good, and I catch a lot of fish. One of my videos, like sight fishing with light tackle, I caught like 11. I had 11 fish on film, and then I probably had 5 or 6 that got off my hook that wasn't on film. It was the same leader all day. It just doesn't, you know, it just doesn't break, except for the one time where I didn't tie a new leader that day. So I went fishing one day, and then the next day, about halfway through the day, it broke off. And you gotta understand when you're catching fish and that the fish spins the line a lot and puts a lot of pressure on that knot, and so you really need to change it. You should change it every time you catch fish, especially the light stuff. And I try to always use a net when I'm bringing in fish on this light line, but sometimes I just flip it in the boat and then I continue fishing with the same leader, which is kind of dangerous because you're catching, you lay into a big fish and you got weak line on there, it could break off. But this stuff's awesome, and it's not that much. I think it was like $17 for a 200-yard line. So this stuff's great. I recommend it. I've been using it all year. I'm going to continue to use it. Now again, I mentioned earlier, like I don't have that 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon recommendation. I don't haven't really used swim baits that much this year. And when I do use my swim baits, I'm usually using mono. So just not, I don't have a recommendation for that. So this is more for your heavy stuff and your finesse. There's a link, it'll be on Amazon. If you watch, my hard drive crashed and my external hard drive crashed a couple weeks ago, and so a lot of the footage I had of me catching fish or getting it wrapped up is gone. But like on one of my links, you can see on the icon it says bass wraps me up on a dock. That was this stuff. Anything I use this year is if it's a braid, the leader is this stuff, and any of my videos, and if it's on light tackle, I'm using this line as well. So, but just I'm not lying to you here. This is good stuff. So it'll definitely, you'd be happy with it for sure. And there's a link where you can get it on Amazon. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps. And if you look at my videos, if you watch my videos, you'll see I'm not making anything up. All right. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps. Good luck.